Hey you guys, it's your coach Mo back with another topic. Today's topic is closure. So this is something that always come up when I'm speaking with parents and doing like co-parenting sessions. They always say, well, he didn't give me closure. You know what I mean? Who's saying it? The women, because women, we naturally want closure. We want to know why. Men don't usually allow us that closure because they don't care about why. It's like, that's your problem. That's your personal issue you need to work on, and I'm moving on. So I'm coming to give you some tips about closure because not all the time you're going to get it. Most of the time you're not going to get closure, especially when you're not dealing with a really mature man. Some men will allow you closure. They will tell you why they're not going to interested in you anymore. Most of the time you get ghosted. But if you have a kid with that person, half of the time you're stuck with them until you're a parent forever, period. So you might want to give that person closure, or they're going to give your life a living hell because they will be bitter and resentful forever and keep bringing up the old stuff. And this is why you can't co-parent or move forward. So I just want to talk to you about closure. And first off, let me remember, I am Coach Mo. For those who don't know, I am a parenting and business coach. I work with entrepreneur parents, helping you break the cycle of generational curses, which is so big in a lot of families. I also help you co-parent with success to be able to coexist in your child's life. I help you master time management and work-life balance while also helping you build your legacy to be able to provide for your kids. That's why I work with entrepreneurs. The goal is to raise mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually healthy kids, because that's all that matters at the end of the day. We want your kids to be good. That's how we are able to break the generational curses. So back to the topic of closure. Closure happens right after you accept that letting go and moving on is more important than projecting a fantasy. Because that's usually what it is, a fantasy of how the relationship could have been. This is the biggest problem I have with women when it comes to helping them co-parent. They have this fantasy of how they were going to have a kid with this amazing, perfect father. They're going to be a family, raise their kids together, this big fantasy, and it don't happen that way. Then they're devastated. Half of the time, the men they had a kid with don't even know about that fantasy. They don't know what expectations they're living up to. They don't know why the person is so disappointed that they're not the father that they imagined they were going to have a kid with. Half the time, we don't tell them. And I say we because I had a picture like I'm never going to be a single mom. And it happened. And I was only 22 years old. I wound up being baby mama number 3 out of 4. So I didn't know that at the time. I thought it was 2, but it was 2 of us pregnant at the same time. But that's a whole nother video. But it don't always work out the way you plan. So you have to be okay with that because you do have to move on for the sake of your kid. You don't want to be the person at home bitter, resentful, resenting your kids, because that's what it will turn into. Especially when your kids, just like my kid, look just like the dad. You got to get over it. But sometimes you're not going to get the closure. I got closure, but it took 9 years to get it. But I wasn't waiting for it because I knew what type of person he was. But seeking closure can keep you stuck. So that's why I'm trying to help you understand that healing is needed, not closure. You have to work on yourself to heal whatever that feeling is that you're having towards the parent that you're projecting on them, because it's not their problem, it's yours. And that is correct when men be like, that's not my problem. That's for you to take care of, because it is a personal issue. And they're not going to carry the burden of your personal issue. Some people will tell you, yes, it didn't work out. I don't want to have drama anymore. You changed when you had kids, and which happens. But you need to heal. You need to work on you, because remember, most of the time the women is the one that have custody of the kid, and the kid, they're the primary caretaker. Your kid have to go be in that toxic environment of a broken mom. You don't want that to be a norm for them. You want them to see you healed. You want them to see you happy. You want them to see you functioning as an awesome adult, as you, not as the broken woman that their dad did that to, and then they'll accept it from someone else or treat someone else the same way. You don't want that to carry on. So you have to work on healing yourself. Also, we need to be okay because we're going to pour our hurt into our kid. You don't want that. So men, if you can, for those who men are watching, if you can, please allow the woman some type of closure. At least tell them why you left, why it didn't work, what you can do to co-parent. Because that's a conversation you need to have. You need to get my co-parenting cards. They're $30. You can message me. I will be putting them back on my website soon for next month. But you can definitely message me and I can ship you out a deck of co-parenting cards. I don't even have any right here. But it's 54 questions of the things you might want to know, like how to co-parent. It's you two working it out together to plan the co-parenting. Or you can get my guide to co-parenting like a boss ebook that also walk you through planning the must-ask questions that you need to ask each other to be able to have a healthy co-parenting relationship. But if you're waiting on closure, you're going to be waiting forever. And please don't do that to yourself. Please don't do that to your kid because it's not fair. They have to see you broken for so long. And men, when you leave a woman without closure, knowing that she got to be the one taking care of your kids, knowing that if you just give her that simple answer or closure, that she will be okay and she can move forward and your life will be a little easier, just go ahead and do it. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you to tell her, I just don't love you anymore. Or this is not going to work. We grew into two different people. We're not the same anymore. I'm no longer attracted to you after having a baby or whatever. You neglected me after having a baby. Whatever it is, have those hard conversations because I tell you right now, it will make your life easier. So that's all I have for you today. My next topic might be postpartum depression because I do have a lot of moms that suffer from postpartum depression. That's the last topic that I'm going to have for this month. And then we're going to move on to other business topics and a mixture of parenting next month as well. But thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. I hope to hear from you. Give some feedback, leave a message me, inbox me. Tell me how this made you feel, if it helped you. I would love to hear your feedback. But until next time, enjoy.